In 2024, I sowed and transplanted my usual 80 leeks, but we had an extremely poor harvest. It was a leek disaster. Today, I'll tell you what went wrong, what I discovered, and what I've done this year to fix it in 2025. In late summer of 2024, our leek harvest was hit hard by the allium leaf miner. The larvae feed inside the leaves and it totally wrecked our harvest with only a few leeks that we could harvest that season. I learned that there's a second generation of this pest that emerges in late August and damages unprotected leeks. I now know that covering leeks around about mid-August will protect them from this devastating pest. By covering them with mesh, it can prevent the adult flies from laying their eggs. Any later than this, and it's going to be too late. The damage will already have been started. I've also rotated my leeks. They were grown in the same bed for 3 years on the trot. 2 of those years, it wasn't any problem. And it is one of those things with no dig that you don't have to follow the strict rules of rotation. The soil is healthy, so the plants remain healthy. And I got away with that for a few years. But they were uncovered. That meant that the adult insects could lay their eggs, and then those larvae could then get onto the leeks and do their damage. So by rotating them to a new position, we haven't grown any alliums in this bed for the last 2 or 3 years. Any eggs that might have been laid around about that time will be long since died off. And as you can see, these leeks are looking really amazing. They look so good. The other thing I've done differently this year is that I've increased the spacings at which they're transplanted at. When they're too close, you get a lot of humidity because there's less airflow around the plants. And in the 2024 growing season, we had real problems with rust. This is what rust looks like. So clearly, there are some on these leeks, but it's not absolutely overtaken it. And what I have learned is that if you just remove the leaves that actually have the rust on it, it's not likely to spread as quickly to your other plants. Now I can see by these leeks that they're not absolutely covered in rust. Yes, there's a bit of rust on there, but they're not doing any damage to these leeks. Looking really quite good, Mrs. W.
They are, they're looking lovely.
The orange pustles that you see on the leaves very rarely do huge damage to your leeks, but in a really bad year can really affect their vigour, and therefore you get very small leeks and not some nice thick stems that we have here. I can see that the leeks are really benefiting from the new distances that I've been planting them. In the past, I would have set the leeks in the rows 6 inches apart, and also 6 inches apart within the rows. This year, I have upped the spacing to 8 to 9 inches within the row and 12 inches between the rows, and that really has helped with the rust. We've had a particularly hot and humid summer, so really these plants are coping very, very well. The other thing that I've discovered is that I always used to sow my leeks toward the end of March or beginning of April, and they were transplanted in July. They very often used to follow our first early potatoes when we used to grow our potatoes in the open ground. This year, and if you're a regular follower of our channel, you know I did this because you'd have seen the video. I actually sowed these at the beginning of March, and the result is they were transplanted right at the very end of May. But what they have done, they've produced leeks now. Look at the size of these amazing leeks. That means that any damage that now comes along, we actually already have good sized leeks. Because you'll often find when you're growing vegetables, any vegetable, if it's a really poor plant, they're the ones that get attacked first. Think about it, when you put your seedlings, when you transplant them when they're really tiny, they're the ones that are really affected by the slug damage. It normally results in death. But when they get this big, any damage that comes along, even if it's slug damage on your brassicas, these plants are so big that all they're doing is take a chunk out of the leaf. The plant is able to continue growing and growing with good vigour. And I've discovered that the same has happened with the leeks. They'll stand here as and when we need them. In fact, Mrs. W has already taken a couple the other week that we had when she made a chicken casserole. And they're really lovely, aren't they?
They are. Lovely flavour.
Yeah.
And they're really big this year as well, really tall, aren't they?
Yeah. Normally, I would look to be harvesting my leeks round about October time, towards the end of September, October, for this variety, which is Winter Giant. I've got some on the other side, which the name escapes me now. It's an Italian name, isn't it? I think it translates to some Italian giant winter leeks, isn't it? It's something like that.
Yes. Whatever were they called? I can't recall it.
And they're a bit further behind, but that's what I'd expect. Their harvest time usually is not until the second half of the year. But again, they're nice big plants. They're filling out lovely. So I'm really hopeful that we're going to get a great leek harvest this season. So here is my updated plan. Firstly, sow your leeks sometime around the beginning of March. When you transplant your leeks, give them 8 to 9 inches within the rows and leave a good 12 inches between the rows. 3. Rotate your leeks annually. That goes for your onions too. So that as any eggs that are left from the previous season, they cannot emerge and actually attack your alliums. The allium leaf miner will go after any allium. 4. Add mesh covers. And when you add your mesh covers, ensure that there are hoops over them. This is not so much for the allium leaf miner, but you don't want to condense the space. You can see these leeks are quite tall, and if the mesh is laying right on top of them, again you're going to suffer with air circulation, and then the rust will take hold. And then lastly, once they're covered, do monitor them for any rust that you see. Remove the outer leaves so that it can't spread so readily amongst the rest of your plants. I do hope that by sharing my 2024 experience and my learnings from last year will help you avoid the same leek disaster that myself and Mrs. W had in the 2024 season. If it has helped, do give us a like. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel and you want to continue to know whenever we put up a video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll benefit from all the things that we learn and also the tips and hacks that we put out there along the way. Leeks are well worth the effort with their lovely long white shanks and sweet flavour, and I wouldn't ever want to be without the amazing leeks. Hopefully everything we've done, Mrs. W, we're going to see a very, very good leek harvest this year.
Fingers crossed. We can't do any more than we've done, I don't think. It's a bit belt and braces, but hey ho, it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth saying that, you know, I'd much prefer to be able to have my vegetables uncovered. But when these pests come along, and let's not forget that the allium leaf miner hasn't actually been in the UK for that long. We only saw it for the first time a couple of years ago, and it's taken us a couple of seasons to work out the best way to ensure that it doesn't wreck your crops. By using a mesh, air can circulate because the wind can pass through, the rain can pass through, and also the valuable sunlight that we still have available to us at this time of the year. So don't use fleece, it's going to make them too hot. It'll be too hot and humid in there and you really will get rust problems. Do make sure it's mesh. If you haven't used things like this before, I have left links in the description where we get our mesh from, where we get the piping from, where we get the stakes from. All you need to do is click on that link and it'll take you to where we have purchased them. Because it really does make a difference for certain pests if you can use this kind of setup. Of course, it's not just leeks that suffer with the allium leaf miner. Onions do too. So if you want to see the best way to protect your onions against this devastating pest, then check out this video next.